What is up, guys? Welcome back. It's time for our Vulcan picks. Ben, first we got to teach the world how to Vulcan.
We do. How do you Vulcan? Very simple. Vulcan.com. There you can sign up. You can draft your team of 8 players from the Call of Duty Pro League. Of course, you have $10,000 of salary cap to pick your players from.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to try and beat your opposition. Of course, those casters going against each other every single day.
I always win. I never lose unless Max picks my
Untrue.
team.
Untrue.
Here's a look at the action, though. The best part here is the match deposit. You can get 100% deposit match by using your code MLGCOD. So you put in $100, you're going to be $200 richer overall in your Vulcan account.
Makes you feel good about
I think
life.
the key here, though, is selecting your shot caller there and 25% more points. And really, that's been the difference maker in a lot of our caster matchups is whoever picked the better shot caller, the guy who's going to go to game 4 the most often, the guy who's going to get your big points. Anytime I see Zuma, he was the guy I grabbed, but now that we're seeing quite a few 3-0s coming from FaZe, I think you got to start finding people like Moch and whatnot that may be some major shot callers on the day.
I think you need to look at more who's playing full maps.
Yeah.
You can get that extra respawn, you should be good. Today, especially interesting because a couple of teams playing twice. So you have to bear that in mind with your Vulcan picks. We'll start, though, with the new segment. I know. Boom, Bust, or Bargain. Starting with Boom. It's pretty interesting. Formal. The first player. There's 2 players on Boom today.
He's so cheap, man.
$1,268. How has this happened? Honestly, no idea.
What?
The guy's playing 2 series today. #1 Slayer in Season 3. Pick him or you're an idiot.
Yeah, if you're not running formal, you're having a bad time. #1 Slayer in Season 3. We'll just reiterate that. 34.28 kills
the guy's got
10 minutes.
The guy's got like it's all you need to know.
Moch is my other one, though. I feel like you're going to want to go
cheap.
all kinds of Optic tonight. You're going to see another 2 series coming out of Optic Nation. And getting Moch for, what is that? He's $14 cheaper than
$1,252.
If they're not both on your squad, you're doing it wrong.
Agreed, 100%. Highest placing ever at an event this past weekend. He's going to be feeling good. #5 KD, #3 Slayer. He's good. You need to draft him.
He was a monster all of Gfinity as well. I think he was a big key to Optic Nation's success. Your bust, though. How did they come up with the price for Theory today? $1,700 for Theory from TK, a squad that couldn't even finish top 8 at Gfinity. I guess the investment you're looking at here is, well, they're probably going to go at least 4 maps if they're going to win. And if they're going to win, it normally happens in a game 5. So Theory, lots of games played, might be able to add in some money for you. But, I mean, the guy's got a .87 overall KD, Ben.
You don't. That's a waste of money. I'm sorry. 1728, you could draft 2 plays for the price of that. That's the big bust. Bargain of the day, though, goes to young TJ at sub $1,000, 987. I mean, he's got a 1.1 overall KD. Hardpoint KD's a 1.12, uplink a 1.13. Elevates on a 6-game winning spree as well. Draft him.
Yo, go TJ. Wait, who's Elevate playing, though?
They will play against Epsilon, guaranteed win, and then they'll play against... That is it for the evening.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. You got one matchup, and
he's that cheap,
and
though.
It might be a 3-0.
He's that cheap. Just go for it.
Yeah, if you guys need to fill in someone for less than $1,000, you know, you should be spending about $1,250 on average. Is the goal there with your 8 picks?
Draft him.
Go him. Don't make him your shot.
Let's take a look at your team picks, though.
Yeah, my picks always awesome tonight. I'm going with Scump as my highest paid player.
Okay.
1583, 2 series. Scump has been on point. He's always been there for the matches, 33 kills on average throughout 10 minutes, and really his S&D has been phenomenal as of late. Saints is back after missing out for Elevate this weekend. I think he is always a good SMG to pick up. He's got a 1.1 KD overall, and then I'm going with Crim 6. Crim showed this weekend, especially against FaZe, that he is no longer doing purely objective. He went off in a few of the hard points, topping the squad in overall KD as well as number of kills.
Yeah, as well, formal. Pretty good steal, as we kind of talked about. Great pick there. Slay rating of 34 kills. You know you're going to get a lot from him playing multiple games as well.
He's my shot caller, by the way.
That's smart. I think that's a good idea. Then you have Mochilla. You also drafted Miracles, TJ, and TP. So you went a lot of Optic there with ON and OG, which is rightfully so. They play a lot of games. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
TJ, the bargain of the day. TP very cheap at 860 for TCM.
Yeah.
Not sure about that one.
You know, I feel like he's only going to have his one matchup, but I feel like TP showed a little bit this weekend. He had some of the best games for TCM overall on LAN. if he's able to get a decent host, he could put up some serious numbers, especially on a map like Detroit Hardpoint. TJ, again, we talked about how he is going to be a steal for less than $1,000. But really, my team is 5 Optic or Green Wall members, 3 from Optic Gaming, 2 from Nation.
Good picks. We'll take a look at what Jack has picked for the evening.
Young Yak.
He starts off with Hook from Denal at 1513, then gets a little bit more expensive with Temp from Denal at 1628. Some big slaying going to be put up by those two. He then goes with similar drafts to you in the form of Saints and Mochilla.
Yep.
Which I do like the draft of Mochilla. I think he's very cheap. You can definitely get your money's worth.
1310, that's a good investment.
He's gone very expensive though with his first 2 with Denal, which kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah,
and then,
basically those replace my Scump and...
But they're just more expensive, which is the issue, because then when you look at the second page of drafts, you've got Miracles, Royalty, TJ, and Havoc. 3 players, sub 1,000. I don't know about that.
I don't know about Royalty, especially with
all your eggs,
matchups tonight.
You put all your eggs in Denal's basket, is what you've done. And they play against Optic Nation and they play against TK, which could both be 3-0s.
You know, I bet Jack is really wishing he would have put some more thought into the Optic matches this evening.
100%.
Maybe forgot that they'll be playing 2s. Well, I have our writer to back me up. Thank you, Max, for changing my initial lineup and helping me win tonight versus Jack. I always enjoy beating Young Courage, the Senator.
Yeah, it's easy at this point. It's not very difficult for you.
It's going to be pretty solid night here, Ben. I'm excited for it. Pro League's back, guys. We've missed you. It's been way too long since we've had a Pro League night. Last match was, what, Tuesday? Tuesday of last week? Now we're back here, opening things up 7 days later. Who has a tough time transitioning back to online? Anyone?
I don't think so. I think these are, pro players. They should be used to traveling. I think if you're playing a team which hasn't traveled, though, maybe that is going to be an effect. But to be honest, I think it should just be a great evening of games. Everything should go as expected, though. I think it should be a relatively simple one to ease us back into the Pro League.
Well, I was looking through some of our matchups, and we actually have game types here. So I would like to revisit this. We do have time before the Pro League matches kick off at 6 p.m. Let's start here with Optic Nation versus TCM Gaming. This is a rematch from what we saw on LAN over in Group D. Optic Nation, of course, the higher-seeded American squad in that one. We're going to see Hardpoint on Solar. Let's just start there. Game 1, Nation versus TCM.
You look at that. Hardpoint, Solar, I'm going ON with that.
Really? That's a 50-50 toss for me.
No, I think ON take that. I think Mochilla is going to come out strong. Miracles as well. I think that duo is very good. Skyrise, Search and Destroy has been a map which Optic Nation have completely dominated.
No. Not against ISO. They got 6-0'd when I watched that.
Every time I watch them play that, they play extremely well. I haven't seen TCM play it, although you would think the duo of Aches and TP would be pretty strong in that map.
Uplink Detroit. This is another toss-up. In fact, I favor TCM on this map for this.
I don't favor TCM. I don't know. I think this could be a 3-0.
I said if it was comeback, it's Optic Nation through and through. It's not. It's Detroit. I think TCM's got a chance here. And then it's Biolab, where I definitely think you got to favor Nation, unless TCM has host.
I think, well, ON will be the host team. They're the home team, so they'll probably go with 1 and 4. It's ON 3-1.
You think they're that strong at Search?
Yeah.
Search Skyrise is going to be the pivotal game in Ben's mind. If it goes to a Riot, anything can happen, as we see time and time again on Riot. Is offense going to be dominant? Is defense now all of a sudden the side you want to be on? It was quite interesting to watch it play out throughout Gfinity. Next matchup, though, Epsilon. Playing with Parasite will bring him in for some pretty good maps. I think he could be a good attribute on Solar for Hardpoint. Elevate, though, you got to be ready for those battles. And then, of course, you're going to see Search and Destroy, Skyrise, Biolab, Uplink, Hardpoint, Compound, and then Search and Destroy, Detroit.
Elevate's about to get just hammered. I'm sorry.
You mean
I'm sorry, Epsilon's about to get hammered. I
Elevate might get hammered before the match. Let's see how they're feeling.
That's going to be another very quick dispatch. It gets a little bit interesting when ON played Denal, though. Hardpoint Biolab there. Search and Destroy Riot. I think that's one Nation could maybe steal. Uplink Parliament, newer game type.
Did you watch the ON versus TCM when TCM only got 67 points on Biolab? Because I'm wondering, like, I honestly kind of zoned out with all the matches blurring together. How strong is Nation really on that Biolab? Could they steal this against Denial? Was it a map that they were really able to roll on, or TCM's weakness?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's a good map, and it's a pretty big weakness. I think TCM just don't look strong.
But you're forcing Denial to play without their Bals. That's a good opportunity.
I mean, yeah, it is, I guess, but still, I look at it and I still think that they're stronger.
Yeah. Search and Destroy on Riot, again, a 50-50 map for me most of the time, whoever's playing stronger over at A. And then Uplink Parliament. This is a map that honestly, it's been so fluky for me when I watch it. I have no idea the outcome until
People are still trying to learn it. That's
very
why.
end.
People are still just trying to learn how to play the map, I think, and that's something which will take a little bit of time. The rest of the maps, though, it's going to be denial. I'm sorry. A lot of these, I think, could be 3-0s, which is the scary thing. I think just teams are going to start getting outclassed now, which is a big thing as teams play more Call of Duty and get better at the newer maps. It's going to be more consistent. I mean, you look at OG. They play Hardpoint Retreat map #1 against ISO. That's a win. They then play Search and Destroy Recovery. That's where I think ISO maybe pick up a map.
Ooh, buddy.
I think that could be realistic. Uplink Parliament, I think OG win that. Hardpoint Solar, OG win that. 3-1.
Done.
Simple as that. If it does go Game 5, it's a Search and Destroy Riot. So maybe ISO can steal the series, but they have to take it to that Game 5, which is going to be tough. Denial versus TK, Hardpoint Drift. S&D Biolab, Uplink Comeback. That could be a 3-0, to be completely honest with you.
Oh.
I don't look at any of the underdogs today as having a chance.
No, it's pretty one-sided day for the top teams, which is actually a really big storyline because you look at Optic Gaming, they are trailing behind Denial and FaZe right now. Will they be able to make up some ground playing 2 matches? They're hoping that Denial would either lose to their sister team Optic Nation or struggle with TK. But I think this is a chance for Denial and Optic Gaming to kind of catch up to FaZe.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I think both those 2 teams come out with 2 wins this evening and try and get that #1 spot back, Chris.
Who has the most brutal night? Is it going to be Epsilon?
Epsilon, without a doubt. That's not even a question.
Elevate.
They go up against Inform Elevate,
Gaming,
and they go up against
your
OG.
first night with your new starter Parasite.
It's going to be horrible.
I'm sorry, guys.
Close your eyes.
We apologize in advance.
Yeah, it's going to be very bad.
Epsilon's going to try and make some magic. Guys, we're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Pro League and kick things off. 6 p.m., the matches get going. And, of course, we have 6 of them. Optic Gaming playing the only time slot at 8:20, but we have 2 7-10 matches and 2 of them going on at 9:20. That's been your Vulcan Fantasy Picks. ESR returns after this.